Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our morning show. As the national dialogue enters homestretch, having agreed almost on every item, there are some people who are having sleepless nights. There are some politicians who cannot be able to eat properly, wengine wakiamka usiku, because this dialogue is likely to have some serious consequences. It is likely to bring some consequences that some leaders cannot be able to handle. It is going to kill some careers of some politicians. It will be riddled with political caskets. Wengi watazikwa. Mazungumzo haya ya maelewano is a double-edged sword. Na kama unavyojua, only the masters, that is Raila and RUTO and RUTO, knew what they were doing from the beginning. Wengi hawajui. And that is why I've always admired politicians like Bob Owino, who are usually very principled. A politician who is principled, whether they win the election or they lose the election, finally you will have the last laugh. But for those who move with the currents, they will always be ashamed, because mara wanasukumwa kule, mara wanarejeshwa kule, and in the final analysis, they come out with eggs on their faces. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining this channel for the first time, this is Skyman TV. Subscribe to our channel if you have never subscribed. Like our video, and I appreciate those who have been liking our videos, sharing our videos, commenting, and even interacting. So, which are these leaders? Who are these leaders who will be affected by the national dialogue? Because already the national dialogue is writing their final report, and they have agreed on all the items. The first group of people are those who are in Jubilee and joined William Samoei Ruto. People like Sabina Chege, people like Kanini Kega, they will come out with the eggs on their faces. Unafikiri, ukiliganisha kwa mfano, that's why I'm saying it is good to be principled. Ukiliganisha Gathoni wa Mushoba na Sabina Chege, who is likely to be more trusted by the Kenyans? Definitely it is Gathoni wa Mushoba. Gathoni wa Mushoba is a principled lady. She speaks her mind. And Gathoni wa Mushoba is one person who has been defending the people. And when you look at it, the Kikuyus are now complaining. Wale ambao sasa Sabina Chege alikuwa akifikiri wako katika Kenya Kwanza, sasa wametoroka. Does it mean now Sabina Chege is now going to run away again wakiwa na Kanini Kega? Of late, I heard them complaining, and I knew it is because of the fear of the outcome of the national dialogue. Because they'll be rendered inconsequential. They'll have no political value. That is a fact. Again, there are these ODM Labour MPs, Akina Jelango, Karori Omodi, and others. Those who betrayed Raila and RUTO and went to dine with William Samoei Ruto. Those who have been visiting State House. So, of what significance will they be to William Samoei Ruto now? Because definitely, when you read the agreement, the respect for the political parties is something that must be adhered to. It is something that they have agreed on. Kwamba this idea of buying members of parliament to your side will be something of the past. It is something that will not be expected to happen. Kwa kile ambacho tunaweza kuona hawa, their value, hawatakuwa na maana yote. These are what I'm calling political caskets. And they will come out na aibu sana. Watatokea kama watu wenye aibu, kwa sababu ya kule kukosa misimamo dhabiti. Kukosa msimamo dhabiti, kuyubayuba kwa sababu ya of your stomach is something that is going to embarrass them. Again, there is Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua has been telling Kenyans vile ameweka mitego State House. Rigathi Gachagua has been against the national dialogue. In fact, to an extent of warning William Samoei Ruto in public. Ati hawa watu wanapenda ukweli. Hawa watu rais, unajua kile kitu ambacho hawataki ni kusalitiwa. Hawa watu walikuchagua. And if you listen to Rigathi Gachagua these days, he's not calling William Samoei Ruto rais wetu au president wetu, especially when he is Mount Kenya. And this one tells a lot. I normally observe any change, however minimum, from politicians because it carries a lot of weight. It carries a lot of meaning. So these days, you realize Rigathi Gachagua is not calling William Samoei Ruto rais wetu, president wetu, ambaye tunampenda sana, ambaye tulipewa na Mungu, because he's not happy with the national dialogue. And if there is one person who be affected, it is Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua political value will be completely diminished. Talks are already there that William Samoei Ruto may not even have him as his running mate in 2027. Again, they are the leaders from Mount Kenya in general. Nakumbuka vizuri sana kuna kati Dedi Nyoro alimwambia William Samoei Ruto na kina Shongwa that the first thing they should do when they meet at Bomas is to disband the national dialogue. This one tells you the discomfort that the Mount Kenya people are having. People like Ishongwa, it is something that was forced on them. Sio kitu ambacho walikuwa wanapenda, sio kitu ambacho walikuwa wanataka kuona kikiendelea. Na kusema kweli, hawa viongozi wa Mlima Kenya, they may be rendered irrelevant. Again, even the people of Mount Kenya, because they have been seeing William Samoei Ruto as a hostage. Wengi wamekuwa wakimtazama kuona kwamba kana kwamba hawezi kutawala bila wao. So what is likely to happen is that William Samoei Ruto may have even that mandate that he has been lacking, and that legitimacy. The fact that Raila and RUTO is now accepting that they move forward, it tells that the Kikuyus have all the reason to get worried. And that is why you see a number of them voting out. The person who is likely to be affected is Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. This is because, you know, these people, they don't have much political value. Because when you have Raila on your side, even if Raila will be the leader of opposition, this means that they will be working closely with William Samoei Ruto. This means that RUTO will be consulted most of the time by William Samoei Ruto. But again, I've noted something with William Samoei Ruto. These days, William Samoei Ruto looks happier. Anaonekana mwingi wa furaha. Anaonekana akiwa na furaha nyingi because of working with Raila and RUTO. And this is because any politician would like to have Raila on his side, because Raila and RUTO is a high-valued politician. In fact, he has the highest political value. And that is why all presidents from Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi to Moi Kibaki to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and now William Samoei Ruto, we always go for them. We always go for Raila and RUTO to work with him and to have his support. Because without the support of Raila and RUTO, it becomes very difficult to govern this country. Again, I think it is also because the political temperatures will come down after the national dialogue. Because Raila sasa ako pale, wanaongea vizuri, and most of the decisions that William Samoei Ruto will be making will look like it's something that is shared. So, in fact, if you ask me, the national dialogue is another handshake. The national dialogue, that agreement is a handshake. So when I've been telling you that hatuna kulikuwa na ile njia ya kukubaliana vile ambavyo watafanya kazi, because you see when you look at Raila and RUTO, he had toned down the criticism to William Samoei Ruto. But now this national dialogue, truth be told, is a real handshake, is a real deal. And William Samoei Ruto, he will be happy because what will happen is that he's furious as the leader of Kenya Kwanza administration will be shared by all, Azimio. And that is why Azimio need to be very, very careful the way it is going to relate with Kenya Kwanza after the dialogue, kwa sababu wakicheza vibaya they find themselves like the way Raila found himself akiwekea mizigo ya Jubilee failures, and the consequences were clear to everybody. So that is my take, ladies and gentlemen, and may you have a blessed day. Bye bye.